An atypical play for him. Grissom hits it the opposite way. Sorrento, a diving stop. Does he have time with Nagy covering? He did, but he threw it away. Alomar trying to stop it from going in the dugout, backing up. A heroic effort, as you'll see on the replay, but he couldn't do it. And Grissom goes to second. Folks wonder why the catcher always hustles down to back up first base. Well, every now and then it comes into play, and here it did, but Alomar couldn't quite stop the wild throw.
Well, a good play by Sorrento to stop this ball. He knocks it down, and then a good throw. I think he gets Grissom, but he threw badly. He threw it behind Nagy. A good throw gets him. They'll probably score a hit and an error. We'll see here. But again, as you said, Bob, watch Alomar come into your picture. He makes a heck of a play on this ball. It bounces off of his either the shin guard or the chest protector and into the dugout, allowing Grissom to go to second. Got him around the shin guard area and bounced into the dugout.
Stottlemyre has allowed Atlanta 2 runs on 2 hits. What really hurt inside that third inning was the leadoff walk. His only walk of the night. Into left field, a leadoff base hit for Grissom. And the tying run is on.
Now, what do you do if you're Bobby Cox right now? Not only is the tying run on, but the fastest runner on the Atlanta ball club is on. Do you waste it out and bunt with Lemke to get to Jones and McGriff? Or do you hit and run? Or do you straight steal and then bunt? Those are the options.
Marquis Grissom for the Indians. Solo shot. 12th of the year. Indians win it 4-1. Chad OJ. Solid. Indians pitching lately. OJ right. Very good. Very important combination. And Marquis Grissom gets it going with their first trip to the plate. 7th time this year he has led off with a jackaroo off Omar Dahl.
When Marquis Grissom came to the plate, gone. 23rd on the year. 200 hits on the season for Grissom. That deserves a curtain call, at least in Atlanta. Braves up 6-2. They're up 8-2, top 9-2.
Top of the 8th, and Grissom does it. Gets his second homer of the game off Gary Rath to left center. Brewers go on to win it 6-1.
Grissom grounded out to short. There's the first fly ball, deep center field. Ellis Burks back to the warning track, and this ball's gone. Home run, Marquis Grissom to dead center field. And the Atlanta Braves strike first to take a 1-0 lead. And that is why you try to keep the ball down in this ballpark.
The Grissom has unusual power for a leadoff man, but he's typically not the kind of player that will hit a center field home run.
And that's 415 feet to straightaway center here. This is a bigger ballpark.
And it didn't scrape the back of the fence either. It went way out. And it went where a lot of hanging sliders go.
Now Mark Lemke with a base hit his first time up, fly ball.
With Blauser at first, 2 out. Into left field. Well hit. It is gone. Slider has been his most effective pitch tonight, but that is also the most dangerous pitch in the world, because when you hang it like that, a guy as strong as Grissom doesn't miss it. Bob, you talked about Stottlemyre allowing 30 home runs during the regular season. He allows Grissom's 4th career postseason home run here. The Braves jump right back into the game.
That much during the series. And there goes Grissom, and the first pitch is a strike, and the throw is a one-hopper that is not in time.
You know, we've talked so much and you've seen so much about Kenny Lofton of the Indians, but Grissom now in 12 straight games, and he is the only guy that really runs on this ball club. 29 steals during the regular season. You can see the jump. Alomar with a throw from one knee, no possible chance as a throw a little bit to the short side, stop side. You can see on one knee, he knows he has to hurry. And if you're Kenny Hill, you let Grissom get that kind of jump, he'll take third. But he tried to take
the ball, but Steve Traxel's getting a little tired of it. This is a homer to Marquis Grissom. This is 14 home runs he's given up in his last 8 starts. Pedro's only given up 15 runs in his last 8 starts.
2 on for Marquis Grissom. Everyone throw your hands in the air and wave them around as though there are no repercussions. His 6th of the year. That'll reach him. 7-7 baseball game.
1 on. And Grissom, 3rd home run of the year. Indians up at this point by the score of 2-0.
And Grissom's starting to turn it on. He started to play really well into the first half there.
Marquis Grissom, his 6th of the year. Next man up, Tony Fernandez, his 5th of the year. So Cleveland up 6-0 going into the 9th inning. And that's where things got a little bit tricky. 2 outs.
Marquis Grissom, break me off a little something. Takes Dave Berber deep to right. 21st jack this year. 11th time in his career he's led off a game with a homer.
Facing Baldwin and going to straightaway center field. Grissom's got 100 homers over his career. It's an 8-5 Cleveland lead. Braves up 3-1. Next batter, Marquis Grissom connects, and that's why they call him hard-hitting Marquis Grissom. All right, so maybe it's a stretch. We're calling him that now. Braves win at 5.
Area known as Lodo, lower downtown here in Denver. A sellout crowd tonight, 50,040. On hand for game 1 of this best-of-5 series. Marquis Grissom, first pitch swinging, long run for Ellis Burks. It pops out of his glove. And Marquis Grissom winds up down at second.
It's just another of the disadvantages the pitcher works with in his perk. 415 to center. The ball gets out there quickly. You have to play deep. You play deep, the ball falls in front.
That'll be scored a double for Marquis Grissom, who homered back in the 3rd inning. It's the 8th hit.
That phenomenon was
play and a confused Rocky infield, allowing another run.
And that's a fair ball down the left field line and into the corner. Belliard comes in to score on a double by Grissom, his 3rd hit of the night, his 9th hit in the series, and it is 6-3 Braves.
Well, Grissom not having a vintage year, hitting a little over 250, but I'll tell you what, he can hit. First year in Montreal, 298 with 19 home runs, stole 53 bases that year. He just rips it. Bichette knows that it's an automatic double with that kind of speed. He's hitting them all. 3 home runs, 2
game if they wouldn't have gotten the run in the bottom.
Grissom swings on the first pitch. Ramirez sprinting back and right, and this ball hits the top of the wall. Grissom on his way to second and in with a leadoff double.
I think they left him in 1 pitch too long. I think you'll take him out now.
You know, you've got the left-hander and the right-hander up in the bullpen, and the left-hander was ready. And as we said earlier, I mean, you've gotten 7 good innings out of this guy. You get him an extra run to bring it back to a 2-run cushion, and he's still in here in the 8th. And Grissom with a leadoff double.
Fastball right out over the heart of the plate, and the wind helped it, pushing it out toward right. It very nearly cleared the wall, as you see, just a foot or 2 from the top.
Game is tied at 2. Marquis Grissom to left field, back, gone. The Brewers lead it 3-2, and they go on to.
And there's Marquis Grissom, not a former teammate, a new Indian, and Marquis says, El Presidente, I'm right here. First home run of the year, 5-4 Indians. Martinez allowed 11 hits and 7 runs in 4 2/3.
Hamlin, they're going to need that. Same score, bottom 7, Nomo against Grissom. He's your hero today. Deep to right and gone. Solo shot, 2nd of the year. The Brewers beat Nomo 2-1. The Dodgers first.
Against Armando Benitez, oh, that's tight. 3-run shot for Grissom, his 3rd homer of the year. Brewers up 4-2. Bottom 8, same score.
The Chipper Jones double and the Fred McGriff home run. And a 3-0 Rockies lead became a 4-3 deficit. Toward the hole and through for a base hit. Maddox will stop at second. Marquis Grissom is 4 for 4 and has 10 hits, including 3 home runs in this series.
As far as the Rockies are concerned, he has been the Marquis de Sade in this series. He has tortured Braves pitchers.
He is up on the Marquis.
I guess the
pitch tonight before the ball game.
Here's Grissom swinging at the first pitch, base hit to right, and the inning continues. The Cardinals have battled in this series. We're up 3 games to 1. They lost on Monday night in St. Louis.
Well, you had Kurt Flood as a teammate.
Reaches out, hits it into right field. He's 5 for 5. 4 singles and a double for the great Marquis.
And you had Paul Blair as a teammate, and I would compare Grissom more with Blair than I would with Flood because of his position. Paul Blair playing a shallow.
I tell you, Paul,
the mental part of the game once the game begins, and you don't, maybe a key here and there, but not too many things to get guys to think too much.
Runner goes, pitch outside, bluff throw to second, so an uncontested advance.
That was a bad bluff too.
That was. Could have thrown his shoulder out of that bluff.
That bluff was so bad, if that were a card game, I'd have called.
Won't make it at all. And he waves at it and grounds it toward third. Tomei charges but has no play. Grissom has too much speed, so he holds on to it. And down to third goes Lemke. Runners at first and third now, and Mike Devereaux comes up. Grissom has 3 hits tonight.
Well, in my opinion, this is a great play. I mean, it's a great pitch, good slider, not hit particularly hard. Tomei knows if he tries to make the play and throws it away, they may add an insurance run. You can see him taking a little bit of an angle right there. He fakes the throw and hopes that Lemke down at second comes around and maybe thinks about scoring.
Leading off the game, riding a 19-game streak, and you know what? Might want to make that 20. Rope off Kurt Schilling, little wall ball, extends the hit streak. Also, he'd score on a Chipper Jones single. He would also add a home.
1 ball, no strikes, the count on Grissom. There's another drive deep left field. Dante Bichette going back to the wall, and this one's gone. Second homer of the night, third of the series for Marquis Grissom. And Atlanta now leads it 3-0. Grissom, who hit only 12 homers during the regular season, has hit 3 in 8 at-bats in this series.
Well, he went down and hit a good pitch.
That brings up Mark Lemke, who has walked and singled.
But that's the exact pitch you want to make in this ballpark. Sometimes you make a pitch and a guy does something like that and this leaves you standing out there shaking your head.
Be a lot louder than they were the first 2 games. Little flare into center, base hit off the bat of Grissom. In to score is Blauser. Over to third is Smoltz, and it's 9-0 Braves here in the 4th. Okay, so if you wouldn't bite on my question about the Braves, being a little overconfident, not necessarily intentionally, but only because of the success they've had. How about the Atlanta fans? Do you think they might charge up after what's happened here in this series in St. Louis?
I think so, because the crowds were so loud the first 2 games here in St. Louis. I think it will serve as kind of a shock effect for the Atlanta Braves fans.
Much like Dennis Eckersley said the other night, you don't know what you had until it was gone.
That's right.
He appreciated playing in the postseason, but didn't realize how much he missed it until it was gone, and the Atlanta Braves and their fans were on the verge of losing that.
Lines this one to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And Grissom aboard with 1 out. He stole a base back in the first inning. We'll keep an eye on him here, see if he's going with Mark Lemke coming to the plate.
When Grissom reached in the first, Swift made no attempt to use a slide step or hurry his pitch, and that's another thing that can be a problem for a pitcher.
Grissom is second of the day. So Marquis is on, and that extends the inning for Lemke.
Very sharply hit ball here. A change-up. Grissom out in front of it, hits a bullet in the hole. Clayton, even with the dive, can't get there in time. That ball was by him by the time his glove got down to the ground. That ball was hit very hard there by Marquis Grissom.
You know, when you talk about pitching, Tony La Russa believes his edge, his advantage in this series will come.
Instead of 1-2. Here we go with Grissom to lead off, and it's hit right back through the middle for a base hit. With about 20,000 flash bulbs popping on the first pitch, Grissom with a single to center to start things. Marquis with good speed at first, nobody out. Polonia coming up.
Marquis Grissom and Ken Hill were teammates last year with the Montreal Expos, and then in that fire sale, Larry Walker going as a free agent to the Colorado Rockies. John
Grissom up the middle. Clayton, good play to his left. Forget it. Base hit. Clayton, everything he could do to get a glove on the ball, but he had Grissom played in the hole, and Marquis is on with an infield single.
A lot of ground to cover here by Royce Clayton. You mentioned shading a little bit in the hole. A bouncer right up over the mound. A great play by Clayton. Has a little trouble getting his balance to make the throw, but I don't think it made any difference anyway with Grissom's tremendous speed.
Yeah, we talked about it in the open, and very much like it was with the Cardinals in Atlanta, getting an early lead for the Braves will be important.
Struggled against Dodger pitching, and he loops one into shallow right. Long run Alisea. He won't get there, and a leadoff base hit for Grissom. So off the end of the bat, and a very good start for Atlanta. They need to jump out in front tonight. Down 3-1 with Smoltz on the mound.
Brian Jordan broke back on this ball. I'm not sure he would have caught it anyway. Alisea had no chance. Jordan breaking back one step, and by the time he recovered, it falls in front of him.
Grissom continues to stay hot against Todd Stottlemyre. He's over 500 now this season batting against Todd Stottlemyre. He may have to start thinking about pitching around Marquis Grissom
to lead off the game, right?
Well, in the first inning to advance it.
Here is Grissom, and there's a leadoff hit.
This is one thing a team can do if you have a pitcher on the mound who tends to get excitable early in the game. Come after him aggressively. Grissom swinging at the first pitch, a ball up in the strike zone. Once again goes right back up the middle with it.
Wonder if Bobby Cox will bunt and play for one run with Glavine on the mound.
Inning like Stottlemyre's had, you try anything. You have him throw longer in the bullpen. Maybe you have him throw his normal warm-up and then sit down for 15 minutes and then throw again. And I'm sure they've tried it all.
Marquis Grissom, a couple of hits to start, both to the right side. One a blue base hit. Now a sharper hit ball through the right side, and he's on for the second inning in a row.
We have talked earlier in the series about Marquis Grissom, who has as his housemate Jermaine Dye, the right fielder, been staying with him for 2.5 months. One of 15 children, and he has bought 11 houses for his family.
He's trying to square the series with a 3-0 lead, and that's hit in the air to left field, and Bichette comes on and has to play it on a hop. So both Atlanta hits belong to Marquis Grissom, who is now 8 for 18 in the series, and it will bring up Mark Lemke.
Even if the Rockies win tonight.
2 hits out of the infield and only 2 outs out of the infield.
And it's lined into center field by Grissom, and Lofton can't make the catch, and Marquis goes about 1/3 of the way towards second, but holds there. So Grissom has both Atlanta hits.
Now this ball can be caught. Maybe it may not should have been caught, but it could have been caught. Lofton, that ball should have been caught. I'll change that. That ball's got to be caught. You don't see Kenny Lofton drop many balls like this. I mean, that ball hit him right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, we might have been hasty in scoring at a single, but
Marquis Grissom, he's pinch hitting against Greg Olson. After those 3 blown saves early, he's gotten more consistent. Still 5-3. Grissom, liftoff. 3-run shot. Pretty good job pinch hitting Grissom there. His second of the season. Brewers regain a lead at 6-5.
Anywhere near like last night's.
First pitch on the way to Marquis Grissom. Fly ball, deep center field. Going back, Ellis Burks to the wall. This ball is gone. And on the first pitch of the ball game, Marquis Grissom gives the Atlanta Braves a 1-0 lead, his second home run of the series.
What started out as just a little get-ahead fastball turned out to be a get-behind fastball.
One pitch, one run.
With compact swing, you don't have to do anything extra here, like try to pull the ball. Just hit it hard in any direction.
Now Mark Lemke, 1 for 5 last night, taking the ball high and away. Lemke, 3 out of 7 in his career against Lance Painter. Another little dribbler down the third base side. Swift with a barehanded pickup, but he's not even going to try the throw. Marquis Grissom has an infield hit.
That's the kind of throw where if your labrum is torn, it might rip a little bit more if you try to throw back.
Don Baylor would like, of course, is to get the same type of performance.
Little off-speed pitch, and it's Swift toward third, and he's going to beat it out. So Saberhagen makes a good pitch, gets ahead on the count, and then Marquis Grissom hits a slow roller for an infield single. Here's John Saunders.